Hello, this is Paul again, and I welcome you to Unit 5, and it's Part 7. And we're in the process of putting together our project for balancing your checkbook when you get your statement in. By the time you get done with this, you're going to be able to have a very easy time by only putting in a few figures and be able to have your checkbook balance very quickly. Now, we need to look back at when we what we are looking to strive, and this is a sheet that we are basically building on, and I have made a couple additions on this, but this is the general layout. In the very beginning, you did have a plain sheet on hard copy where we drew lines and was able to establish how many columns that we need to be able to accomplish this, and be able to make plans of how to put each item in. Now with that, I did add one more thing on this, and I put certain numbers in to number how many deposits we are showing on our spreadsheet and know where to put those figures in. So this is what we're looking to put together, and this is how far we have gone. With this presentation, you have looked at, you got the column finished on how to put in your column for outstanding checks, and it automatically adds up to a total of what the outstanding checks are. And we're going to make use of that data in the second portion here. And you have already filled in some of that portion with the basic beginnings of before you do the spreadsheet at all, and that is to update your checkbook with basic payments and receivings of direct deposits on that to update your checkbook so far. The next step we're going to do is, looking back at our original sheet, we're going to work on the bank balance as shown on the statement. That is the ending balance we're going to enter in, and it's going to match and balance off what we have with our checkbook. To start with this, we're going to choose where we want to put that item label in. And to begin with, we need to take a close look and notice that it takes up 2 lines on our statement to be able to have that label. And what we do is that we bring this portion together. With our left button, we highlight both of those cells and then be able to press the merge button and be able to have that as one field. Now on this slide, I have already typed in the heading that I want for that line, which is bank balance shown on this statement. That reflects where also I want to put the place where I want to include where I will put that figure in on the second part there. So the planning is laid out correctly, and our next step is to add some more information as we look back on our sample and be able to fill in some more information for our deposits. So taking notice on our sample sheet, we notice that our deposits are handled with 2 headings there. The word add and then deposits not shown on this statement, in parentheses as if any. Now the add between the 2 there, I know that OpenOffice will not allow me to put a second line in on the same line to be able to make it multiple, so I have to split that up in 2 scenes. And what we're doing is we're covering a selected area there to merge cell and put the extra information that will go into multiple lines versus the first part, which is the start of it. So with that, I do make my selection by using the left button on the mouse and covering that area, and going through the same process as before when we go and press the same button on the top for merge cells. Once we have entered our information of what this section is for, add deposits not shown on the statement, we highlight the boxes that are where we're going to put in our figures and be able to select with the right button and go to the format cells and be able to get into the list where we can identify and make selections for our borders, so it'll stand out and know where we put in our information. Now when we do this, we need to select the thickness, and then the arrows here, you have to click on that to include exactly where you want those arrows to take place. Now once you do this, you'll be able to say OK, and they will be highlighted properly for you. Take notice, this is the same process that we did on the other part of the page where we highlighted the cells and made the borders all the way around each input for our outstanding checks, that is. And it's nothing different. So far up to this, we have done very basic things. We have been merging our cells, putting in repetitious numbers, and making specific cells have specific meanings for formatting. So the next step is now we're going to put in information for where we're going to put the addition for this column. Looking back at our sample plan here, we notice that it's a simple heading there on the informative side to add total deposits, and then we're going to do something special at that would be H27, and we're going to put in the formula to add up a column. To do this, we highlight that box that we want to have our addition in, and we press the key at the top, the box at the top, to be able to use the Greek letter to put in the addition formula for us. Once it is selected from the top up there, take notice of that key there, we will wind up with the actual input of the formula, and all we do is take the left button of our mouse and select where we want that sum to take place and be able to make our addition. Now once we do that, why, take notice that we do have that information properly stored in our box, and pressing the enter key, you will be able to complete this formula. I need to remark also, when you put in your formula and you have it all laid out as you want it, you make your selections properly, you need to press the enter key on your keyboard for it to take effect. Up until that point, you can adjust it to anything you want it to be. If you made a mistake to select the wrong cells, you can just go over top of it and select the correct ones anyway. So it doesn't take effect until you press the enter key. My next step is to be able to point out where I want to enter my deposits by giving it a numerical order. And to do this, I first put in number 1, and then I take that box as I point out that small square and drag it down to include all the lines that I want it to include, and it'll increment and add those numbers in succession as I drag it down. So with that final procedure, we have the numbers there that we realize where we put in our deposits. It's very similar to what we did for the outstanding checks as well. Once we have our calculations all set up now for our deposits, take notice that we have everything lined out very similar to what our sample was. And now what is left is we're going to carry over our outstanding check total. We're not doing any calculation. What we do for this is all we do is press the equal sign and then use your mouse and select where the total is noted in our outstanding check column. And then we're ready to lay out and configure our actual balance by a very simple procedure, in that you're going to take the equal sign and put in each item where we start with the bank balance at the end of the statement. We're going to add the outstanding deposits that are not on this statement, and then we're going to subtract the outstanding checks, and come up with the actual balance by pressing the Enter key. After entering the information box on the bottom, we now have the completed sheet for us to be able to do our bank balance. And in this demonstration, I have added some sample information just to see that it works. And as I entered only 5 different figures on this, I have a complete report of a balance sheet that should match my checkbook. So with this, I would like to take you into the next session. This is the end of this one. We have completed our sheet, but one more session to go, one more part that we will discuss how to make maximum use of this project and be able to have something ongoing for good record keeping.